Hi, it's Martin Seville, empowerment coach at Empathy Coaching. And I want to do a quick video for these people. Conscientious, hard-working managers in the financial services industry or an equally as demanding industry. And maybe even you own your own business or you manage your own business. You want to make a difference. You want to be rewarded and recognized for what you're doing, and you want to provide for your family so that you can have a healthy and happy lifestyle with your family. A great objective to have. There is, however, two things that are getting in your way. You are stressed and you are overwhelmed by the amount of work and responsibility that you have. If this sounds like you, this is a message for you. In fact, all of my messages are really for you. What makes me know about this stuff? I was a financial services manager or in various management roles in the financial services industry for 20 years. I know what stress, I know what overwhelm feels like. I know what it does to your inside and I know what it does to you on the outside. I know what it does mentally and physically. And I left it too late and I got to a stage where I burnt out, had a breakdown, depression, high anxiety. It is not a good place to be. It is not the place I want you to be, because if you're stressed and overwhelmed right now, it's been going on for a little while, we can still do something about it before that happens. And trust me, it will happen, guaranteed, okay? It will happen at some point. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week or next month, maybe not even within next year. But if you carry on with the same coping strategies that you've got right now, it will happen. So what am I talking about? I'm talking to you about workload today. Workload and that to-do list that you've got. Either the to-do list that you've been given and all those tasks that you've been asked to do, or the one that you've created for yourself because you're owning your own business or you're managing your own workload. Fact is, the list is too long, right? You just got way too much on to do. And so the default for all of us is, what I'll do is I will work harder and I will work longer. So I'll work into the evenings, I'll work at the weekends, I'll sneak a little bit of an hour work in here whilst somebody's watching the TV, whatever it might be, okay? I'm here to say that actually working harder and longer is not the answer. Surprise, surprise. We think that by working longer, we'll get more done off our to-do lists, right? It kind of makes sense, and yes, we do, even though after about 8 or 9 hours, our productivity just plummets through the floor because actually our brains just are not able to cope with the speed, the pace, and the complexity of what we're being asked to do. But it kind of makes sense. But guess what? Come on, you know this. You're exhausted because you're working all the time. The only thing you can think about is work. You're feeling guilty because you're not spending time with your family. When you are spending time with your family, all you can think about is work and the pressure you've got at work. So you're not actually present, and that's making you feel even more guilty and resentful. Let's breathe. It's not the way to be. That is not, I know what happens. You kind of normalize this. You kind of think, well, you know what? This is what it's like in business in the 21st century. This is it. If I want to be in this industry, if I want to be in this job, if I want to have this responsibility, if I want to be a manager, I've just got to take it on the shoulders and take it on the chin. Actually, no, it's not. You were not put on this earth to be thinking about work 24/7, to feel guilty, to feel exhausted, to feel resentful. Do you think that's actually what you're here to do? I think your family would have something different to say about that. Of course it's not. Of course it's not. But the thing is, we don't know what else we can do, especially when we're in that pressurized bubble. Well, the great thing is I've been there. I made all the mistakes, but then I learned exactly what I should have learned years ago. So I'm here to help, and I can't do it all in one short video here, but I will be putting out some resources this week that are going to tackle the different topics that I'm talking about this week. Today is workload. Tomorrow is about time, knowing when to stop. Then we're going to talk about bad habits, healthy habits, and then we're going to talk about sleep. Okay, so I'm putting together a little bit of a series here. For your workload, I want you to really, really be honest. How do you feel about your workload right now? What have you tried to actually improve things? What's worked, what hasn't worked? And what is your vision for how you want to be feeling about work? Okay? Let's really think about those things, because it gives you a framework then. Instead of just keeping on going, not thinking about it, just take 5 minutes to step back and go, okay, how do I feel? What have I tried? If you haven't tried anything, that says something. If you've tried things and they haven't worked, again, that says something. If you've tried something and then you just gave up after a couple of days, maybe revisit it. But then you also want to, where are you going with this? Where are you going with this? Because that's important, because if you know where you're going, then you can have a plan to get there. Now, I want to leave you with one thing, okay? One more thing. A handy hint, if you like, with your workload. And there are so many things that I want to teach you, but take this one. What is the biggest thing? What is the thing that's going to make the biggest difference on your to-do list, okay? So of all the things you've got, what is going to be the biggest difference? What is going to drive forward your objectives, your team's objectives, your department's objectives, your division's objectives, your company's objectives, your project objectives, whatever it is that you're working on right now? What is it that is going to drive that forward the most? In my experience, it's not the simplest thing. It's not the quickest thing. It probably is the most complicated thing. And it will require getting involved with other people. That's not a bad thing, because it takes it off of all of your shoulders. That's the thing you should be concentrating on. That's the big thing. And if you need to speak to your manager, your supervisor, or your colleagues about it, to say, look, I've got so much on right now, but I want to make sure that I'm focusing on the thing that's going to make the biggest difference, which shows leadership, not just management, that shows leadership. I think it's this thing because of X, Y, and Z. Do you agree? Get their agreement, get their buy-in. And then guess what? That gives you the confidence then. Instead of chasing your tail with, oh, this and this and this, you go, right, I can focus on one thing right now, and it's going to be this thing that's going to be the biggest difference. And then you know what? When you've done that, do the same exercise for the next thing. Biggest difference is a huge game changer. It really is. And it changes the mindset, it changes how you're managing people, and it shows that you're a leader, not just a manager. So I hope this serves you. I hope this is useful, and keep an eye out for my other videos this week, because I get a feeling they're going to resonate. Thanks ever so much.